We debated whether or not we were going to put out a video this week because of the fires in the Los Angeles area. As you know, we are residents of Los Angeles, and while we have a home that is safe, we're safe, our dogs are safe, and our boat is safe, there are tens of thousands of people who have lost their homes over the last 2 days. As we speak to you right now, the fires are still burning and still not under control. And there is a threat that the Santa Ana winds are going to start blowing again tonight, which will just accelerate those fires and cause even more devastation. So we just wanted to reach out and let you know, if you are affected by these fires, that our hearts go out to you, and we will do what we can to assist in any way that we can to help you get back on your feet.
If you are one of these people that have been affected by the fires, just know that we're devastated for you, and we know that LA will come back bigger and stronger. So it's a beautiful place. Nothing can change that.
It's a devastating tragedy for the Los Angeles area, and we know how badly this is affecting people. So if you are one of those, we're praying for you, and know that we will be here to assist in any way that we can. So we got the sails up. We're about a mile offshore right now. We made the command decision to head over to Avalon for dinner tonight at the Lobster Trap. So we're going to go pick up a mooring ball over there. When we get back tomorrow, we're going to head down to San Diego to take a look at a Tayana 58 DS deck salon. The Tayana 58 is exactly the same, nearly exactly the same dimensions as the Beneteau FAR 57, which is at the top of our wish list right now. So we're going to run down there and take a look at it. The boat doesn't appear to be in the condition that we would need it to be to make it a player for us. But it'll give us a chance to take a look at the layout and see if it's something that might fit for our wish list. I'm not sure, but we're going to go take a look. There are some unique things about the Tayana. But, you know, with that being said, we've never seen the Tayana in person, so we're going to go take a look since there's one here close. In the meantime, we're going to go have some dinner over in Avalon. We're going to take you for the ride. We got the sails up. You know, sometimes you run across people that have far more creativity or ingenuity than you do. And I think I found that guy today. Check this out. The Pirates of Catalina. How cool is that? I don't know who it is, but if you happen to see my videos, just know that I admire your work. That thing is freaking awesome. Let's get the engine going. Let's go see if we got exhaust water. Pretty sure we do. I think I can hear it. Yep, got water. Deck is all clear. Give it a good walk through. Let's run. Everything's clear. Good to go. So what are some of the considerations for the new boat? Of course, you've got to have a budget. You need to look at the financial side. There's the sailability side, the construction, and then of course the livability of the boat for us. So if we
the aesthetics are important.
The aesthetics, yeah, but Carmen says the aesthetics are important, and that's true. But I know Carmen, and I know that regardless of which boat we get, aesthetically that boat will be very pleasing when she's done with it.
I have a vision.
She has a vision.
I know what it's going to be.
She has a vision, and this is how I've handled it. I took all four of those categories, and I wrote them down, and I started going through my concerns, my wishes, my desires, and so that when we're looking at these boats, we have a more clear picture of whether or not that boat would be a fit for us. On the financial side, a boat in the price range that we're looking at becomes exponentially more difficult to finance as they get to the 20-year mark. So we're trying to stick with boats in the 2008, 2009 to 2012 range. That's really what I would prefer to stick with. And the reason for that is not so much that it would be difficult for us to finance it, but if we purchase a boat, for instance, that's a 2005 model, we may be able to get that boat financed. And in 2 or 3 years, if we decide to sell that boat, it's going to become very difficult for us to sell because the next buyer will have a very difficult time getting it financed. We also have to consider the difficulty or the ease in getting the boat insured. And that becomes more difficult as they approach that 20-year mark as well. Along with that, you've got to consider the age of the rigging. The insurance companies are going to want to see a survey with a rigging inspection that shows that it's serviceable, and if it approaches the 20-year mark, that becomes very, very difficult. On the sailability side, I like to look at the data that you can find online. You go to sailboatdata.com, websites like that, and you can start comparing things like the capsize ratio, the comfort ratio, the sail area to displacement ratios. All of this matters. Some of it more than others. you see a lot of people saying that those are all BS and they're pointless data marks. I don't agree with that. Those numbers are all calculated maybe by the manufacturer, so they're going to be biased. But when you start comparing the boats, you can compare those ratios, those numbers, that data set, and you can kind of get a picture of which boats are going to handle better than others. And then, of course, you get into construction, things like spade rudder versus a skeg rudder, integrated keel versus a bolt-on keel, standard keel versus a shoal draft. All of that needs to come into consideration when you're looking at a boat, particularly if you're going to be doing ocean sailing with it. I think the list of the boats that we have come up with, they all perform very well, and they're all very capable boats. And then beyond that, you start getting into the livability of the boat. What makes the boat comfortable when you're living on it? The size of the staterooms. Does it have air conditioning? Does it have a large enough water maker? Solar, batteries, all of that kind of stuff. I know that whatever boat we buy, I can do it all on the new boat, and I intend on making sure that that new boat is set up very similar to the way I've set this boat up. But that's all cost that you have to consider when you're pricing the boat. The last piece I'll throw out for now, so I don't bore you too much, but the cost of getting the boat to you. And it's not just the financial cost, it's the cost in time, and it's the cost of wear and tear on the boat. We're looking at a couple of boats that are on the other side of the United States. To get those boats to us, we've got a couple of options. We can either ship it over, we can hire a delivery captain, or we can have it trucked over. Any of those is a viable means of getting the boat to the West Coast, to where we are now. Transporting that boat back to your location can be pretty daunting if it's not close to you. I fully expect I'm going to have to spend some cash to get the boat to us, because there just aren't that many boats that fit our criteria close to us. So if you're going to have a boat trucked over from East Coast to the West Coast, where we are now, we're looking at a cost of probably, for a boat that size, probably $70,000 to $75,000. That's a huge check to write. On the other hand, there aren't a lot of options. We can hire a delivery captain that could bring the boat to us for a cost. That's going to put a lot of wear and tear on the boat. The boat's going to arrive to us as a boat that has been sailed several thousand miles across the Caribbean, through the Panama Canal, up the Baja to the West Coast. So I'm not sure I want to go that route. The other one would be to put it on a ship and have it shipped over. That's probably the one that would put the least wear and tear on the boat, but it's also the most expensive. So these are all things we're considering, and as we go through the search, we'll probably talk a lot more about it, but that's where we are right now. So this is Majestic, a Tayana 58
This is like a
DS.
Hylas. Yeah, this
We do like the Hylas boats, yeah.
very well. That's Herman Frere's pretty much.
We looked at the Hylas 54 and 57 in Annapolis. We were actually in Annapolis. And then we also looked at the Passport 545. That's also a gorgeous boat.
Go ahead and have a look and take some pictures. I'll go ahead and open her up.
Oh, those are some wide side decks.
Yeah. Makes for
that teak looks like it's getting pretty thin, though. A lot of solar. So it's a 2006 Tayana 58DS. Big lazarette right here. What I want to see is the layout. That's what I'm really interested in. This is nice. The arch is nice. That's well done. Somebody did a good job on that. Of course, the stainless rails.
Also,
Big winches.
one thing that's interesting, I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is the interface.
So it does have the sonar.
Yeah, and then
Nice.
you've got
Running backstays, that's nice. I like how sturdy the rails are. Let's go around that way and we can go down, take a look inside. Really wide side decks. That's really nice.
Anyway, he just last year put on the, let's see, he's got a unit down here and the unit up there. So if you take the cover off, you'll see the size of that.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so the radar.
That's real nice.
GPS, and he's got all of the latest stuff. And if you guys want to start in the aft and then come forward, going through the galley. And the tankage is under here.
Yeah,
I can
that's
pull
nice.
that up and then you can see that as well. Again, that gives you the engine room.
Yeah, that's
Sort of.
pretty slick.
Yeah, Peter Belschneider was the original designer of the hull. So this is a 55 hull that they punched out 3 feet and then put this on. So the 55, it didn't have all this, just had the deck with a normal trunk cabin.
Okay.
And Rob Ladd did the modification here.
Yeah, this is it's similar to an oyster.
Yeah.
What's under here?
Oh my God! It's
Just storage.
Storage. They
Storage everywhere.
Under here and there and
Nice.
everywhere you look and under. I've done that a time or two.
Yeah, right.
And then you've got several a refrigerator and a couple of freezers back in there.
So, are these both fridges or is one freezer?
If you look on the top, up there on that bulkhead, you'll see temperature areas.
Okay.
So I think that's
okay.
freezer, and refrigerator, if I
Okay.
recall correctly.
Okay,
And then this is electric stove.
that's
I got
nice.
the glass. There we go. I got the wide angle going, so I'll see a little bit more. Hopefully that's not.
This is nice.
Yeah,
this is real
really
nice.
a great size. And then the shower and
I like the bed. I like
You can
the-
walk around the bed, which is
Yeah.
really nice. You can get all the way around,
Exactly.
and there's no overhang.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Most of the center cockpit boats have an overhang that comes out to about here, and you got to duck under it to get in the bed. This is actually pretty
It would
nice.
fit my big pillow right.
No.
And there's his and hers spots.
Yeah, this is
Then
really nice.
behind here,
Like the little. Yeah.
it's a generous
Yeah,
storage area.
that's nice.
And then they
real
have,
nice.
You got the nice wood in there.
Yeah, that's nice solid wood furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
But unless you go to Taiwan or Asia, you have a hard time getting this quality of wood.
Right.
into-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then if you open, there you go, that door.
Wow, this is nice.
And then you open the other door. There you go.
Big shower. That's a big shower.
Nice.
Yeah. Huh. So AC, how many ACs does the boat have?
There's
Do you know?
3 zones.
Three zones.
Zone
Okay.
AC. I think there's
A magnet, or is it?
it goes into there we go. That automatically.
Oh, it catches.
And then there's
It's funny when you look online. This stateroom looks smaller than this. It's actually larger in person than I expected.
yeah.
This
And
is a
look,
nice
you've been
size
standing there,
stateroom.
you've been
Yeah, I'm standing up.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
standing up,
really
and I've got.
Excuse me.
I'm standing up. I've got just barely brushing the top of my head
And then
on
this,
the ledge next to the bed, which is really nice.
and then this shows you down into the bilge. Bilge's pretty clean, and that's where the shaft is coming through with the cutlass bearing.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is nicer than I expected it to be.
Yeah, and the fact you can stand here and store his stuff, her stuff, and there's
Yeah, the sole is done really well.
Jack. Unfortunately,
I like
Yes.
this little cubby here. That's
yeah. The other nice feature about the boat is that it has an enclosed engine room, generator, and whatever right behind there.
Okay.
And it really helps to keep that separate from everything. And you got standing headroom.
That's all engine. Okay,
you go
washer,
ahead,
dryer.
and then you have to tuck your head a bit.
Yeah, that's really convenient to work on. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. That's a pretty neat setup.
I don't think he's got seats that would be more like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And then as you're going forward on the port side, on the left, you have another head with shower, and then on the right you got over and under bunks, and then forward is the V-bow. As we all know, as we get into this size, it becomes very, very livable.
Right. Yeah.
You've got like 16 feet of beam and enough water line.
Yeah, this is nice.
And like I said, this one I believe was custom ordered through our office
Okay.
back in the day.
So bunk room.
Yeah, he's got some storage.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's normal. But it's a nice size bunk room.
It is. It is. And
Very
then
nice
you
size
have
bunk room.
access to the head through
There,
here
through
with
the
this door
shower,
closed, so
and
they'd be in suite.
that's nice. Yeah, this is really.
So if you had friends, or if you had,
I don't even have to.
you're 6 what 3?
6'2".
6'2".
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I'm impressed. That's a neat layout.
If he lived aboard here for a period of time.
Yeah, and that's kind of our intent. We're looking for a boat we can live on, so 'cause we're going to be on it for a few years.
Yeah. So you can see the vents for air conditioning there, here, and up forward.
Yeah.
There's the 3 zone, like I was saying.
It's I mean, honestly, the boat's probably not the condition we would be interested in. Just the decks are a big
Decks,
problem. That
that's
teak deck
right.
is. I mean, you're talking minimum probably 50,000,
50 is
55,000.
the number.
When I looked at the pictures, and it's kind of hard to see because there's not a lot of light in the engine room, but it says that the boat's got 2,200 hours on the motor, which is pretty low.
Yeah. See, because he's lived aboard.
But
for
the
like,
pictures didn't show it that way. The pictures that were online, it looked like the motor had more time on it than that. I was kind of curious if those were actual realistic
I
numbers.
believe I verified that.
Okay. It's just, yeah, see, there's a lot of corrosion there. There's a lot right here. I'm not sure what's going on there.
You were remarking about something you saw? Yeah.
I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, I saw this in the pictures. I was just kind of curious about it. Like back in here, you've got a lot of corrosion on top of this heat exchanger.
Yeah.
And then back over here, you've got a lot of corrosion, which is probably nothing. That looks like it's just surface stuff.
There's the salt water that.
It looks like this line was replaced at some time. They spliced in a piece instead of just replacing the whole line. So, yeah, it was just little things like that I was curious about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you're talking about right back
Yeah,
here.
right in here.
Yeah.
And then, but this is a really cool layout. You got a little workbench area, and
then you've got radio controls up above your head up there as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I love the layout. I'm just not sure this particular boat would be a player for us, but it's a nice boat. I mean, somebody will get a very nice boat.
I like the way you feel when you're in the cockpit. You feel,
Well, yeah, this is so tall.
yeah.
You don't see canvas this tall very often. This is really nice.
That's right.
Yeah, I love the layout.
I think even if it was in better condition, I don't know.
No, I'm with you. It seemed that even though it's the same exact size as the Beneteau 57 and that Oyster 56, it's smaller. And I don't really know why.
Yeah, it did feel small.
It felt smaller, even though it's exactly the same size.
I mean, it's not my favorite layout.
No.
That washing machine and all
Yeah,
that.
The workroom area was cool. The washing machine looked like it was an afterthought. Took up a lot of room.
Couldn't even get to the dryer. Like,
right. Yeah, it was good in concept, but I don't think it worked out as well as maybe they had hoped. But the stateroom was nice. I was surprised at how big the stateroom was because it doesn't look that big in pictures.
bathrooms were nice too.
The bathrooms and the stateroom in the back, but it took away from the rest of the boat, I think. The forward stateroom was okay, but the Beneteau's got two the same size.
Right.
I don't really understand how you can have the same size boat, have fewer staterooms, and have it feel smaller overall.
Lockers up front or something.
They must, yeah. I know it had a big locker up there, but they didn't have any in the back.
Right.
There weren't any in the back.
I didn't like all that crap on the back either.
Yeah. So yeah. It's a nice boat for somebody, but it's not for us.
And I don't like that dinghy ramp thing. Like, how does that work?
You just slide it up on there. I don't like that either. I'd have to have that changed, even though they had a arch. The arch was nice. That was a well-built arch. Somebody spent a lot of money on that. But no, I agree. I don't think it's the boat for us. So
We'll find it.
we'll find it. We'll find it eventually. In the meantime, let's have lunch.